Welcome back to the Cossy Arsenal channel. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. It's another painful week full of excitement as we wait anxiously for the arrival of a new centre forward at Arsenal after Arsenal agreeing a deal 73.5 million with Sporting like a decade ago. The deal has never been announced. Now, is it going to be this week? Probably. Mikel Arteta still has a bit of hope that by the time we get out of Singapore, we shall have Fixtures GYOKEREZ and Cossy as part of the team. And that is very possible. So in this video, let's dive into what Arsenal are likely to do this week in terms of outgoings, in terms of incomings, in terms of the striker, what is holding up the Mosquera deal, will it get announced this week as well, and more and more and more. But let's start off with the new kit, guys. We have a new kit, and in a long time, I've not been excited about an Arsenal kit like I am excited about this one. And maybe this is me trying to, kind of console myself because the home kit, I am not a big fan of the home kit this season. I am not a big fan. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's ugly. I'm saying I'm not a big fan. But this is absolutely cooking. This is marvelous. This is beautiful. The away kit is, and you know what I love about Arsenal is that the home kit and the away kit are basically the two kits you're gonna see a lot, and then the third kit not so much, just a few times, right? So if this is gonna be our third kit, I am in love. Adidas, you have cooked, and we are ready to eat. This is wonderful. So basically, if you look at the standards of kits that Arsenal have been, getting over the years, this is quality. This is class. Like, I don't think I would correct this in any way. Now, if you look behind me, it's not a new kit, right? It's not a new kit. It's a little bit similar, right? But you can see that the stripes here are white. Okay, I've taken off the words. They were white as well. It's a little bit of a reproduction, of a recreation of the kit behind me. But I just feel like this is better. This is just nice. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. But this is the kit I am purchasing. I'm buying from the store this campaign. The home kit, not really. The third kit, I've seen leaked pictures of the third kit. I like it. I'll have to make a decision because I'm not that person that really keeps white. So I might, if it's a white kit, that color is not for me. But this third kit is absolutely marvelous, absolutely beautiful. So what is happening at Arsenal this week? Well, let's start off with the Christian Mosquera deal because that one was supposed to be done last week. He was supposed to be announced last week, and then something really happened. So we were told that something happened during the medicals of the player, which has been cleared now. So Christian Mosquera's medicals are okay. He didn't fail them, but there was an issue. And we were told that there was a bit of doctor-patient confidentiality, and Arsenal couldn't communicate that. But the player passed his medicals, and he's absolutely fine to be an Arsenal player. And then there was a hold-up between the registration of the deal from Arsenal to La Liga, right? So Arsenal literally have to send documentation to La Liga to show that this player who is registered with you guys is coming to our side. Can you give us the approval? And which La Liga have done. We have been told by Hands of Ozil that everything has been cleared now, and 100% Christian Mosquera is going to be an Arsenal player. So this week, Christian Mosquera should be announced. Medicals done, documentation done, contract has been signed. This week, he should be announced as an Arsenal player. Now, is he going to be part of preseason? Yes, right? Is he going to travel with Fixtures GYOKEREZ? That takes me to the next story. And the next story, obviously, is the biggest one, and that is Fixtures GYOKEREZ. So, with Fixtures GYOKEREZ, there's a lot of uncertainties going on. Let's start off with what I think should happen this week and what is likely to happen given the trend of events. So, what should happen is simple. Arsenal and Sporting should grow up, get rid of this, cacophony of negotiations that's going on, and let's just have a consensus on add-ons and get out of the way. And then the players should do medicals this week and join up for our second preseason game, which should be either Tottenham or Newcastle in Hong Kong, in Asia, right? What is likely to happen though is we are likely to get no news. We are likely to get bombarded with these stupid updates every single day that happen from Portugal. Well, Manchester United have made a fourth bid. Manchester United have made a fifth bid. No, they have not. Manchester United are not even ready to go in for a player that rejected them and told them, my focus is Arsenal. They're looking at Benjamin Sesko. Can they afford him? We don't know. But they're looking at Benjamin Sesko. So I won't be surprised for Arsenal to get this deal done like on Friday. I won't be surprised for GYOKEREZ to miss out on all the games in Hong Kong because of 2.5 million euros. But if I'm going to be realistic, this is what I'm going to tell you. One, the deal is going to happen. It's going to be an Arsenal signing. Two, he will do medicals this week. Three, he will play in the third game in Hong Kong and Asia. He's going to play in the third game. Singapore and Hong Kong. He's going to play in the third game. I think second game comes too early. First game, obviously, very, very early. The deal is not even done. But he plays starting from the third game in Asia going forward. He will have 3 games to actually work with the team through preseason. So with Victor GYOKEREZ, I'm going to say be patient. Calm down. Yesterday, there were multiple reports that Manchester United, were trying to use Ruben Amorim. And I didn't believe that. I was kind of on holiday, and I enjoyed it. I kind of enjoyed the fact that I was just resting and just watching this new Arsenal kit. Like, I was like, okay, let me take a day off and, just enjoy. And I was seeing that Manchester United have made a bid for GYOKEREZ, and I've seen Saudi Arabia made a bid. Fabrizio came out and said yesterday, GYOKEREZ wants Arsenal only. Decision communicated to the agent, communicated to Manchester United, and communicated to other parties involved who would love to sign the player. And he also said that at the moment, there is zero, right? There is a 0 chance that it goes to Manchester United. He's fully focused on Arsenal, and the agent is also fully focused on Arsenal. So the agent is not pushing him to go to another club, and the player isn't pushing to leave the Arsenal pact that we have already agreed upon. So this is happening this week, but it's so frustrating. It's been very, very frustrating. Like I said, Arsenal could have solved this by giving these wankers like 5 more million. As simple as that. But when I think about what Mikel Arteta said, we are still short in terms of the players I want. And Arsenal have like 60 games to play this campaign without preseason. That would be like 65 games. You need more players. You've got to sign. You've got to sign them in the market. If you're gonna sign them, you've got to manage your money, right? So GYOKEREZ, it will happen. He's not going to Manchester United. Be patient. Well, we've got preseason. So this week, what you're going to be able to see, let me see if I can actually try to get this for you. What you're gonna see is Arsenal back on your screens, and obviously it's you have to pay. Like, that's the truth. You have to pay to watch Arsenal, right? But I just want to look at the fixtures. So on Wednesday, we take on Milan, right? You can see it there, right there. On Wednesday, we take on Milan. That's the first game of preseason. That is tomorrow, but 1. Previews and everything should be coming out today and tomorrow, okay? This is going to be the Martin Zubimendi debut. This is going to be the Christian Noga debut, and possibly the Kepa debut. And then we shall play Newcastle on Sunday in the same week, okay? So we've got a lot of action coming up. You're not going to be bored. And these 2 games are so important. 1, for the new signings, I just want to see Zubimendi play. Like, Zubi do. I just want to see Zubimendi play, right? That's number one. Number two, I also want to see how Mikel Arteta aims to use Martin Zubimendi. So these games are going to give us a picture. And during preseason, the picture is not fully formed at times, but you can get a glimpse of what, into what the manager is trying to do. Maybe he wants to play Zubimendi in midfield, but starting at left back or right back, or he wants to start him centrally, whichever. Is Zubimendi going to drop into in between the centre backs? Is Zubimendi going to allow Odegaard and Rice to push further forward in build up? Are we going to still have this Odegaard and Rice drop into deeper areas in build up, even with Martin Zubimendi? I'm excited. I am excited, and allow me to be excited. Arsenal have done the incredible. We have signed 6 players, and we are still counting. Of course, the other importance of this game, the Newcastle one, is Newcastle are one of the teams we open up. And if Eddie Howe has any kind of new tactics, we should be able to read into them. So preseason is coming your way. On your screens, you won't be bored. Now, let's talk outgoings as well, right? Let's talk outgoings. Because last week we were told that a couple of outgoings would be worked on, and not everything that is not reported in the media is not being done. And not everything reported in the media is happening. So what Arsenal were doing last week probably was trying to sort out who stays, who goes. Who could stay, but if a good offer comes in, who could go. And we established that Martinelli, if a good offer comes in, you're out. Trossard, if a good offer comes in, you're out. We established that Kivior, if a good offer comes in, you're out. And then we also established some non-negotiables, players that have to leave 100%. Lokonga, Vieira, Reece Nelson, those ones have to leave, and Zinchenko. They have to leave 100%. Their numbers and positions at the club have been taken. So what you're going to see this week, usually what happens, because we are coming to the back end of the window. So what you're going to see is clubs like Fulham, Leicester, Brighton start to make advances to clubs like Arsenal for their unwanted players. You see what Back have done with Marcus Rashford? Arsenal, these clubs don't want to come in early for these players because they know you're still in a strong position. You're going to ask for a lot of money. And Barcelona went to Manchester United and told them, we can do a loan deal for this guy. And United were vulnerable, like really, really vulnerable, right? It's something that's going to happen with Arsenal. We're going to have so many players to get rid of, and clubs are going to be like, Reece Nelson, 25 million, or 13 million. Fabio Vieira, 16 million. And you're going to see a lot of loans plus obligation, loans without obligation, loans with an option, loans without option. You're going to see a lot of those. But I think we shall see a couple of departures. Maybe even if no one leaves the club this week, we shall see clear pathways for every single player. So you'll see that maybe Vieira is more inclined to Palmer, and you'll see that Reece Nelson is more inclined to join Fulham, like that. Well, in terms of incomings, apart from the announcement of Mosquera and maybe the announcement of GYOKEREZ, you might not have a lot to consume in terms of incomings, and this is the reason. Well, Arsenal have done the groundwork, and Arsenal have done like what you would consider the core, the foundation, to the extent that right now, it's okay. It's okay. Even if we don't sign another player, the squad is all right. But you should be able to see more rumors on Xavi Simons. We should be able to get clarity on how intent Arsenal's resolve is when it comes to Eberechi Eze. And we should also be able to see any kind of movement for Rodrigo. Because Liverpool, they sell Luis Diaz and go for Rodrigo? Possibly. PSG, do they go for Rodrigo? Arsenal, do they go for Rodrigo? This week is the week where we establish all that, right? So I am not really excited about the transfer side of the week. I'm very excited about, I'm very excited to come back and do how Arsenal are going to line up, this and this, blah, blah, blah. talk tactics. I really want to improve my tactics game this season. I want to improve my content game on the channel as well. I want to do a couple of mini documentaries if I can, if I get the time. I want to do a couple of explainers, reactions to what people are saying around Arsenal, and a lot of content. So the new season is here, and pre-season has started.